Welcome back to the Richard Sherman podcast. We got an amazing guest today. James Bradberry headed to his first Super Bowl, first All-Pro year. Got to be feeling good.
Feel great, bro. Feel great.
So tell me, because this year started off a little different for you. You know, you got cut by the Giants on some BS, which was clear BS. I still don't understand with that move, but good for you. You know what I mean? It worked out perfect.
Oh.
But tell me what went through your mind.
Well, first of all, the way the season was going, I knew I was looking at the salary cap and stuff, and I saw how much money I was set to make, and I knew how much I was guaranteed, which wasn't anything really. I kind of foresaw what was going to happen. I didn't know there was going to be like, I got held after free agency, and I didn't realize I was going to be held that long. I thought I was going to be released or traded by them, but it didn't work out that way. So it was a little unsettling, and I was getting anxious about it, But at the same time, I just tried to work out and just tried to keep my mindset, focused on what I could control, because I knew I could control the situation, and I definitely didn't like what was going on. But it was a blessing in disguise because I ended up here with the Eagles, and now I'm in the Super Bowl.
Right. You ended up right where you needed to be. So sometimes, if the fans don't understand, that's really a dick move by them, because if they let you go before free agency, then you got an option, you got a plethora of options. You're going to get max money. If they wait till everybody has spent all their money, then it's, you got to take what you can get. And thankfully, the Eagles got a good GM. They gave you something and got you in an amazing situation. Now, fast forward to the playoff game. You know what I mean? I'll let you take it.
Yeah, it was ironic, to be in that situation for that moment to happen like that. And that's kind of like how I did, the praising hands, thankful hands at the end, because it worked out. It was a blessing in disguise. I didn't realize it was going to work out like that. But I knew when I got here, we were special, and we had the ability to take it far. Like I said, when it got to that moment, they made it to the playoffs, and I didn't think the Giants, we weren't that good when I was there. So I wasn't sure how good they were going to be coming into this year. But they did a great job over there, coached the ball. Coach Wink, the defensive coordinator and whatnot, they did a great job, got them to the playoffs. And that was the moment I was able to seal the deal and send them home, which was top 3 moment in my career.
It got to be. That's the top. You can't ask for better. Hey, y'all send me home. Yep. I'll send y'all home. Have a blessed day. I love it. Well, tell me how it is playing with Slay. Slay's a freaking gem, man. I love Slay. And, coming into that locker room, that's probably one of the most veteran defenses in the league right now, especially on that D-line. Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham been there since Jesus was a baby. So
they've been here a minute. Everybody's aware of what Slay brings to the table as far as a player. He's an elite cornerback in this league. Really, really fast, really, really smart, great instincts, make plays on the ball. But him off the field, he's just an energetic type of guy, and he's always chilling, he's always laughing, he's always making jokes, and he always got something to say, which keeps it light around here, and it doesn't become. We all understand it's a business. It can be business-like at times, but you need guys around the team and in the building to kind of make it laid back and make it fun, because this is a game at the end of the day, and you want guys to go out there and have fun and play loose.
No question. He played loose as they get. The NFL playoffs are here. If your team's in, it's going to be fun. But what if you could actually be at the game? That'd be fun. For last-minute amazing deals on tickets to your favorite NFL team, check out Game Time, the fastest-growing app in the U.S. If your team is out of it, no sweat. They have tickets to NCAA, NHL, NBA games, even concerts and comedy shows too. So if you're in San Francisco, you want to see the Niners, download the Game Time app, create an account, and redeem the code Sherman for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, enter the code Sherman, that's SHERMAN, for $20 off. No matter where you live, get out and have some fun this week. Download the Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. He got a Pro Bowl nod this year. You got an All-Pro nod. It has to feel good getting the kind of respect you deserve after so long. I'm sure you wanted the Pro Bowl shot too, but the All-Pro means a lot more to a lot of people, and that had to feel good.
For sure, man. It's a great feeling. And honestly, I wouldn't even, that's most of the time when I'm going to the year, I'm not even thinking about any of that because I know it's out of my control. I just try to go out there and make as many plays as I can. Of course, when the Pro Bowl votes were coming out, of course, I was hoping to be on there and be a part of, have a tandem on there, which I thought would be pretty cool for the Eagles and
that would have been
Slay. But, it didn't happen. But then when I got the all-pro nod, it made it sweet. I was happy. I was good.
As you should. As you should. You done earned it. You've been strapping all year. Y'all was number one in pass defense. What has C.J. Gardner-Johnson brought to it? Because he been known as like a nickel his whole career, and he came to safety and just started booking everything early in the season.
For sure. He's like our ball hawk back there. A lot of people are aware of what we play here, like quarter zone, play mixed man in there as well. And he's a ball hawk guy back there. He's attacking the ball all the time. As a defensive back, some guys, they're physical, they run game, which he does that as well. But you also got to have guys that go out there and get the ball. And I think he brings that to the table and brings that for our defense. And turnovers, that's part of the game.
No question. New York is crazy. You got the big media market, but Philly fans aren't great. They crazier. I feel like they're some of the craziest fans. How has that been for you this year, being your first year there?
Man, it's pretty cool. When you're winning, that cures everything.
Right.
I'm sure, the negative stuff that you see, and like how bad it is for people like the opponents that's coming in, and when Philly was losing in the past, how negative you saw it was. It's times 10 when you win it. They show just as much love when you winning, playing hard, and you're giving all you got for the city and for the team. So you got to respect that. I love that about Philly.
Tell me about Sirianni. I ain't heard nothing but positive things about him. All the players really rave about him and how he runs things. What has your impression been about him?
I pretty much have the same impression. I love the way they run things here, the way his mindset is. He has a serious side, but he also has a laid-back side as well. And not to say he's a player's coach, but he does listen to the players in the locker room, and he understands that we have a good veteran group here. He understands the room. He understands, what we're capable of, and that, we're going to do everything necessary to get the job done. You just got to make sure, you take care of us on the back end. And I know you understand what that's about, as far as practice, as far as meetings, as far as getting us everything that we need to perform out there on Sunday.
So tell me about this. Tell me about this last game, because, obviously it was kind of a strange game. Once they lost their starting quarterback, did that change anything for y'all? In the secondary, I can't imagine playing and knowing a fourth-string quarterback is going in. I mean, I'll be chomping at the bit, and especially with the D-line y'all got already, and the D-line was getting hot. Did y'all make any adjustments, or y'all just kept the game plan the same?
We kept the game plan the same. We went into it. We knew our D-line was going to get up to the quarterback, so we knew we was going to get tight. Play a lot of man coverage on the outside, and we was going to, send them dogs after him and make him throw it. Fortunately, but unfortunately for him, Hassan made a great play in the beginning, but he got hurt, and then he went down, unfortunately. And it really didn't change the game plan. We knew they was going to still have to throw the ball to get back in it. We knew we had a powerful offense that was going to put up points, and we was going to be leading. They started the first drive. It was great. They got up 7. We got up on them early. Defense came out there, made a stop, and really we just held on to the momentum for the most part.
So tell me how it felt after the game. This year, heading to your first Super Bowl, it got to feel good. It's always like a dream. I remember heading to our first one. You just kind of in the days early on, and then it kind of settles in, and then you like back to work.
Yeah, that was kind of the same way. And, we got pulled out of there kind of early. So we was definitely hyped, as soon as the clock hit 0 and as the clock was winding down. And then it was kind of like pandemonium after that. The crowd was going crazy. The fans stayed. We had the celebration at the end. I wasn't used to that. Never been a part of that.
Yep.
So that was cool to have the T-shirts and hats and whatnot. But once I got in the locker room, we partied a little more. But we definitely understand that the Super Bowl is the ultimate goal. And none of this means anything if we don't come away with the Super Bowl. So I think everybody's getting their mindset back ready. And, of course, we're going to enjoy this time that we got before we actually have to prepare and whatnot. But we also have our mind ready. We got to go out there and win.
And you're going against a really good Chiefs offense. Travis Kelce, obviously everybody knows, they got Juju on the outside, but they kind of banged up, so I'm not sure who's going to be available for that game yet. But Patrick Mahomes is going to be available. And even he's a little banged up, but, it don't really matter. He'll still be getting the job done. What are your initial thoughts coming into this game?
Well, I know they got Pat Mahomes, and I know he's capable of doing anything, whatever he wants to do. And that's going to be a task within itself. And of course, he got some weapons on the outside. Him and Kelce got great chemistry. I played against those guys last year, so I got to witness firsthand, the chemistry that they got together. But like I said, I think our front seven, they're going to show up again and cause havoc, and it's really going to hopefully it mobilizes Pat Mahomes and limits what he's able to do. And we just got to do our job on the outside, whoever shows up.
No question. I mean, we played him in the Super Bowl in 19. I mean, we had him. up till 7 minutes to go. They had 10 points in the game, and then he got hot as fish grease, and then shit goes back. Hey, dagger 7. They probably won't run it on y'all but alert, heads up.
Yeah.
Max protect. Look, well, they don't got Reek no more, but they got somebody. They put Hartman or somebody at 2. Heads up, 3rd and 14 plus. They only got 2 plays, and that's one of them. If you see him in some super speed in the slot, go ahead and communicate, baby, because that's what got us.
Hey, you already know. You always got to be aware where the speed at on the field.
No question. And ain't too many people running that dagger 7. Everybody run the dagger with the clear. These boys ran the dagger with Reek on the 7 cut, and our corner drove the dagger, even though we had worked it. We worked it in practice, and that was a big one. But it's a kind of annoying week, I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's out of your routine. You got your routine that you do every week, how you prepare, how you watch your tape, how you go in, how you take care of your body. You get Super Bowl week, you got media day where they just sit there, you on a podium. You one of the top players, you're all pro this year, so you're going to have a podium of your own, and you're just going to have 20 cameras just pointed at your face, and you're going to be sitting there like, hey, okay, all right, this is a little different. This feels very showman,
Sure.
But you just got to work your way through the week, try to appreciate it and stay focused. It's kind of a balance, but I think you'll be fine. A lot of your teammates been there before. The old heads have been there before, so I'm sure they'll explain it to you. But it's kind of a circus, and it's annoying, and you just can't wait to get to the game at the end because you're like, bro, that's enough of all the hurrah and the flashes and all this. Like it's going to be a dogfight out there. I'm ready to get to the dogfight. So that's my little 2 cents to you. I'm excited for y'all, though. I'm excited. I think y'all got a great shot to win it. Tell me about Hurts.
Yeah, about Hurts. I mean, Hurts is, first of all, he's a great leader. It's like he always has the right thing to say at the right time for the most part. And of course, his I guess the swag that he brings, the aura he kind of walks with, brings into the game. Brings a lot of confidence to the team because we know, like, with the ball in his hands, he's gonna get the job done. And you got to have a quarterback like that in this league. You got to be confident in your quarterback. The way he brings to the table. He's able to do it with his arm and also his legs. So you got to appreciate him.
And now you got to tell me about all day, always open, A.J. Brown. Like, y'all both came in this year. Y'all both had huge impacts. I'm sure y'all didn't practice together all camp. Y'all probably didn't practice against each other much during the season. That ain't how it should go. But tell me how those matchups were and how those battles and how you help each other. And I'm sure Sladen got involved too.
Yeah, going against him every day during training camp. And I played him in the past too. It was always a challenge. One, because he's a physical guy. I mean, he's 230, 6'1". He can run great routes as well. So it's definitely a hard matchup. But you got to know your strengths and weaknesses as a player too. And me, I kind of take on that physical guys. I remember I used to go against Mike Evans and Julio, Michael Thomas, those guys. So I enjoy playing press against those guys. So he definitely helped me just work on my craft as far as being physical within the first 5 yards. Of course, you got other guys, a receiver like Smitty. I had to play him a little differently because he was so quick.
He got a little bit of this nonsense about him at the line.
He got a lot of wiggle. And he got some speed as well. So he was definitely a tough cover as well. And so they all brought different things to the table that sharpened my craft, sharpened my iron, and made me better as a player. He's
slippery too. We played him, and boy, this is, my groin still got a little sore from that game. But he just like a little wiry. You get away from your jam, you get your hand on him, he kind of like slip under it. I'm like, hey, who is this little kid? And he quick at the line. He way quicker than you think he is. So who you think the best receiver you didn't go on against? Now that you played A.J. Brown, you talked about the NFC South matchups you had with Mike Evans and Mike Thomas. And then you got all day, you got Devontae. Trying to think, you got Terry McLaurin, you done saw a couple times this year.
Mm-hmm.
CD Lamb. So who's your guy?
We just talking about right now. Or we talking about whole
career. Whole career. We ain't gonna go recency bias.
I bet. So whole career, I gotta put Julio up there. Because I had to face Julio back when Atlanta was hot.
Right.
16, 17, 18. It went to the Super Bowl in 17, right?
Yeah.
So Julio was on one around that time, so I had to go against him. He was always a tough cover. He was 6'3", 220, running 4'3", 4'4", and he getting in and out them cuts on a dime. So that was always a tough cover for me. I think Mike Evans is slip on, even like right now. Great receiver, physical. To me, he's like a bigger AJ. Physical guy. He got long arms, 6'4", can run, sneaky speed. And honestly, I mean, I like what Devontae Smith ran because he always make a spectacular play. We need one. You know, he was making some crazy plays early on in the season against Washington.
Right.
Caught a 9 route on the sideline, tiptoed. The ball was on the white line, really, and he
got it.
And got it. Caught that 7 round in the back of the end zone. So stuff he's able to do is crazy. Terry McLaurin, of course, he's real fast, really, really fast. And he's strong, too, at the point of attack. Has great hands down, has great hand-eye coordination down the field. When against CeeDee Lamb, I liked his quickness at the line. You know, so they all bring different traits.
They do.
And strengths that you got to prepare for that make them tough to cover and make them good at what they do. I guess you said give me an overall guy. I got to go Mike Evans. I showed him love.
Yeah, somebody got to show him love. I appreciate that because Mike is a handful the whole game. Yeah. And they might not throw it to him as often as they should, but it's every play. You off, he can run in a 9, and they still should throw it to him. You pressing, he going to grab you, pull through, and make it real physical and make it at the catch point. He's 6'5", real 6'5", not like a maybe 6'3.5". Like, no, legitimate. And as humble as they come, he ain't really doing all the jabber. He just like, hey, catch the ball, give it back, good play, whatever.
Yeah, I always knew going into the game, going against Mike Evans, especially like pressing him, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight.
He got me one time with the Brandon Marshall pull through in the end zone. I said, okay.
Man, crafty with it.
Very crafty. You never played Antonio or did you ever play? Have you played Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and those dudes yet?
Played Justin Jefferson, but honestly, Slay matched up against Jefferson. But he was like a bigger Devontae Smith to me. Like he had that wiggle,
right.
Could run, ran great routes. And you know what they do these offenses now. Everybody running overs, everybody running bang gates and whatnot. So you got to chase him across the field. Definitely see him open up, and then how he's able to get away from guys and why they call him Jet. I did play against Antonio Brown, but we had Dante Jackson at the time, and he matched up with AB. And I went to Juju. But Antonio Brown, he was a quick guy as well. Him and Ben Roethlisberger had a crazy chemistry too that I noticed, and they would play off each other, and they made a lot of plays together.
No question. Did you play against Reek yet?
I did play against Tyreek Hill. He a tough cover too because he's
a tough cover.
He's so fast. Can't coach speed, you know. And that's one God-given ability he's got that. And you also got to be able to catch the ball when you're fast. A lot of guys are fast but can't catch, but he could do both.
His release packaging got better too from when he was young. When he was young, he didn't really have nothing. You could just kind of like sit in there with him and force him outside. But now he got a little bit of nonsense about him. But that's a good list. I like that. I think Quintorris is the best out in play too. I mean, Megatron's the best out in play, but him and Julio are right there. AJ, in his heyday, could give everybody a good run for their money too.
Yeah, sleeper, yeah.
Yeah, super sleeper. No. Look, them all the old guys from my class. So they 12, 13 years in. They're about done now. But I appreciate you joining me, man. I really appreciate you. I wish you all the luck in the world in the Super Bowl. If you got any questions for me or anything you want to ask, I'm here for it. But I really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a busy week for you.
Say no more, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. I think I still got your number, so I'll hit you up.
Yes, sir. Hit me up.